Hey everyone, this is Nilan, a final year student from IIT Kharagpur, and in this video I have with us Mr. Aditya Girish Pawate, who is a 9.7 pointer at IIT Kharagpur, and he has done 4 foreign research internships in the field of machine learning. And so in this video we're going to talk about everything that is to know when you're applying for a foreign research internship, especially in machine learning. And he's going to give out tips on how to write a great cover letter, how to cold email people, what is it that people or professors usually check when they're seeing your profile, what was his experience working at Stanford, what did he work on. All of these things we're going to know in this video. And in this video he's also going to share some templates, some resources that he personally used while learning machine learning, while applying to various profs. So do not miss this video at all. Watch this video till the end, because this video, I personally feel that this video is full of knowledge bombs. So watch this video till the end and I'm sure you guys are going to love it.
So hello everyone, I'm Aditya Girish Pawate. I'm a fourth year undergraduate student from the Department of Mathematics, enrolled in its integrated MSc course of Mathematics and Computing. I'm from Bangalore and my hobbies include playing basketball, TT, data analytics and dramatics. Yeah.
Right. काफी formal intro. ठीक है.
So AP वाला intro दे दिया.
So let's start with like your experience of working at Stanford first, and then we'll go on to Daad and then on to Cornell. So like in the Stanford internship, what did you work on, and how much impact did it have on your work, on your research life?
हाँ, yeah, sure. तो पहले तो मैंने 4 FTs की थी, ठीक है. तो I have a lot of experience and I'm just done with so many interns. So पहले first I'll just go with chronological order.
Right.
पहले first in my second year summer I had done the FT in Ensta Paris. ठीक है.
Right.
So that I had got through IR cell from IIT Kharagpur. So that was about high energy physics, deep learning in high energy physics. So उसके बाद I'll just give the list, then we'll just dive into
right, absolutely.
how I did it.
कोई issue नहीं.
So in the after that I published a research paper. After that I went to the I applied off campus. ठीक है. Cornell I had got it through off campus cold mailing. And then the Stanford intern, which you're talking about, that also I got through IRCell. And the Daad is, you must be knowing what Daad is like. Whoever is going to apply for Daad, it's basically a scholarship program to get into German university. So that I applied separately and I got that through the scholarship program. So these were the 4 things I did. And the later 3, I did it in the third year summer. Okay. Right.
So you did 3 of them in summer. In one summer you did 3 of them.
No, that's it. So that was split. Yeah, I understand that where that's coming from. So I basically split it. It was split. So first I had done the Cornell intern. Then the Daad intern came. Then after that, the Stanford intern started. So it was not overlapping. Maybe it was overlapping for 15 days or something, but that it didn't matter much. Yeah. Okay. So this Cornell intern was based on multimodal image classification, and the Daad intern was about procedural music generation, and Stanford intern was about deep learning for human genomics. ठीक है. So मैंने deep learning को सारे field में apply कर दिया. अभी कुछ बाकी नहीं है.
Right. That's so awesome. So like, can you give us some more context on especially these off-campus internships? Like, how did you apply? How many profs did you mail? Like, what was the entire process like maybe?
Yeah, so I'll just give a detailed explanation of how I got each and every intern, so that people who are seeing this will get an idea what they actually need to do to get this. So first I had got through this Stanford and Ensta Paris had got through IRCell. So that procedure is very simple. Maybe your college has a international cell or a place where you can apply, and you just have to give a cover letter and your CV, and your CGPA would be already taken by the IRCell, and then they'll just forward your CV and they'll shortlist you based on that. Okay, so that is one way of getting FTs. Then the second way is cold mailing. So cold mailing mein, this will be a long procedure. You'll have to start very early, and you'll have to keep cold mailing the profs. And I'm telling you, like even in the first 100 mails, if you don't get any reply, you shouldn't lose hope. So you keep mailing with because all you need is one positive reply. है ना?
Right, right.
तो you keep doing that. That is one way of doing that. Cold mailing का पूरा procedure ही है, ठीक है? That is the second method of getting, and the third method of getting is through these programs. So there are many programs which I have a complete list. If you want, I can share it with
Yes,
Nilan,
absolutely.
and he can share
मैं
it.
वो बहुत सही
Yeah.
होगा. I'll put it in the description below.
हाँ, तो बेसिकली वो प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं, तो दे हैव स्कॉलरशिप्स, एंड बेसिकली कोल्ड मेलिंग के थ्रू जब करते हो ना, तो यू माइट नॉट गेट स्कॉलरशिप, एंड इट माइट नॉट बी पेड, ठीक है? तो बट दीज प्रोग्राम्स दे ऑलवेज हैव सम अमाउंट ऑफ स्कॉलरशिप, एंड दे हैव अ प्रॉपर एप्लीकेशन प्रोसीजर, ठीक है? तो फॉर डाड इट वाज लाइक for Daad it was a program. First we had to do you want me to explain the complete procedure for Daad?
Absolutely. Yeah. That would be great.
Okay, ठीक है. तो हाँ, तो ये IRCEL का हो गया, और ये कॉर्नेल का कोल्ड मेलिंग का बाद में आता है. बट फॉर डाड, लेट्स से आई अप्लाइड टू डाड, तो माई टैक्स भी एक करके होता है, बट दैट आई डिडंट अप्लाई बिकॉज इट वाज ओनली फॉर प्री फाइनल ईयर्स, एंड आई वाज अ 5-year ड्यूअल डिग्री, तो आई डिडंट अप्लाई फॉर दैट इन डाड. तो डाड का यही फंडा है. तो फर्स्ट यू विल हैव टू गेट एन एक्सेप्टेंस फ्रॉम द जर्मन प्रोफेसर. उसके लिए भी कोल्ड मेलिंग करना पड़ता है, ठीक है? तो हाँ, तो देयर आर मेनी यूनिवर्सिटीज इन जर्मनी, एंड उनके प्रोफेसर्स भी देख सकते हो. मेरा ये मैक्स प्लैंक इंस्टीट्यूट ट्यूबिंगन में हुआ था, ठीक है? तो आई बेसिकली गॉट अ लिस्ट ऑफ ऑल द प्रोफेसर्स इन जर्मनी, एंड ये लिस्ट निकालना भी थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होगा, ठीक है? यू हैव टू फर्स्ट फाइंड व्हिच यूनिवर्सिटीज आर देयर, उसके बाद यू हैव टू फाइंड द प्रोफेसर्स इन योर वर्किंग डोमेन and cold mail each professor, and don't write a very generic mail, just try to be a little bit specific. But if you go too much into the details, then you'll not be able to scale it up, okay? You'll have to you'll have to optimize on the how many mails you want to write and how much in depth you want to go, okay? So first part is getting the acceptance from a German professor, ठीक है? तो मैंने क्या किया, I started very late. I got, because I thought I'll be having time, and I started a little late, but I urge everyone to start applying early so that you'll have some buffer time, क्योंकि
Early
application में भी
मतलब कितना, थोड़ा context दे दो, like how much early, what is the correct time?
I don't quite remember the date, but कुछ October 15th के आसपास हमारा डेडलाइन था, तो I started last week of September, तो थोड़ा सा लेट था.
Okay.
ठीक है? तो हाँ, so once I started, तो उसमें 10 दिन में I got 10 days I didn't get one reply also, ठीक है? तो I thought it was already October 5th and only 10 days left for deadline. So I thought I was really late and all that. But just after 10 days, I started getting so many replies. I got around 8 to 9 acceptances, ठीक है? So that's a pretty good number. So all you need is one. So उसमें I just chose the best one. And then once you get this, then there's a full procedure to get the scholarship. So this is basically to say that the university has accepted you into this program, and then for this you'll have to get the scholarship. तो उसके लिए अलग से you'll be having a DAD application. You have to go to the portal, and all that is there in the website. उसके बारे में उतना बताना नहीं है, but what are the prerequisites? So DAD is basically dependent on CG, highly dependent on CG and the college you're from. So if you're from tier 1 colleges, then even if you have a slightly less CG, like मैं बताता हूँ, like मेरा friend का, he also applied, we both applied, started applying to profs, and we both got acceptance, and uska CG, I think it was 9.2, and he's also from chemical department. So uska he didn't get cleared, he didn't get DAD, and my CG was 9.7, so मेरा लग गया. So basically it depends on CG. DAD depends on CG, while other research interns, they mostly see your previous projects and all. But DAD, like before I apply also, I had talked to many seniors. They had told CG is the main criteria. So I was confident that I'll get DAD. तो ये basically पूरा procedure है. इसमें cold mailing लगता है, application भी डालना पड़ता है, सब कुछ होता है इसमें. तो ये DAD का पूरा था, ठीक है?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so like for DAD, you mentioned that you mailed a lot of professors. So can you give me a number, like how many professors you mailed to and कितने लोगों ने reply दिया था maybe, so that people get an idea कि क्या होता है.
हाँ, मैंने बताया ना, पहले 10 दिन में एक भी रिप्लाई नहीं आया पॉजिटिव, ठीक है? तो I had see basically I made a proper plan. पहले तो मैं बहुत लेट था, तो आई जस्ट मेड गूगल शीट। मैंने और वरुण ने दोनों मिलके बनाया था। तो वी मेड अ शीट एंड उसमें वी स्टार्टेड, मतलब मास मेल करते हैं ना वैसे करते थे, बट फॉर ईच एंड एवरी मेल वी यूज्ड टू ट्वीक अ फ्यू थिंग्स सो दैट हमारा नंबर भी बढ़ जाएगा। तो पर डे लाइक 50 वाज द लिमिट, तो 50 प्रोफेसर्स को आई यूज्ड टू मेल एवरी डे। तो 50, I must have mailed around 100 to 200 props before getting the first reply. ठीक है, and be consistent in applying and just see कि वो prof का थोड़ा सा background के बारे में देख लो कि and one more thing about cold mailing. हाँ, ये DAD का हो गया, ठीक है, this was about DAD. And one more thing about cold mailing is that if you directly mail the PhD professors working under the professor, then PhD students will be there ना, उनको अगर डायरेक्टली मेल करोगे देन बहुत ज्यादा चांसेस है। तो मेरा कॉर्नेल वैसे ही लगा था, बिकॉज देयर वाज वन, सो देयर विल बी मेनी लैब्स, ठीक है, सारे ऑल द टॉप यूनिवर्सिटीज विल बी हैविंग वेरी बिग लैब्स, ठीक है। तो उन लैब के हेड्स को अगर डायरेक्टली मेल करोगे एंड इफ दे हैव अ vacancy, then they'll directly contact you if they like your profile. So that is one good thing you might want to remember.
Okay, so you're telling me that you can mail directly the heads of those labs, but you can also mail those PhD students जो उन professors के under काम करते हैं, and they'll maybe contact the professors for you, and there's a very high chance of getting that year. Okay, awesome. So for Daad, you mentioned that वो application process है. Like, was there any other kind of selection process for that other than CGPA? Maybe a direct conversation with the professor or such?
Yeah, see. हाँ, तो बेसिकली जब एक बार तुम्हें एक्सेप्टेंस मिलता है, देन डाड विल नॉट कंडक्ट अ सेपरेट इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस, क्योंकि दैट इज बेसिकली स्कॉलरशिप प्रोग्राम। उसमें 700 यूरोज पर मंथ देते हैं तुम्हें बिकॉज ऑफ द स्कॉलरशिप। दैट डजंट हैव एनीथिंग टू डू विद योर गेटिंग एक्सेप्टेंस। तो व्हाइल गेटिंग एक्सेप्टेंस आई हैड टू गो थ्रू वन राउंड ऑफ इंटरव्यू बिफोर द प्रोफेसर एक्सेप्ट्स मी, ठीक है। आफ्टर आई गॉट द एक्सेप्टेंस लेटर फ्रॉम द प्रोफेसर, then you just have to apply to that, just like for any scholarship program you would apply, right? So for that I didn't have to give a separate interview, right? And usually हाँ, तो basically मेरा वो for the example that Stanford intern में भी even although it was through ISL, even I had to go through one round of interview। उसके बाद उन्होंने एक task दिया, वो task complete करने के बाद मिला। तो mostly there'll be some interview before the person accepts you. Interview task round तो होगा ही।
Right, and what was the task round like? Like, what is the level of these task rounds? कितना difficult होता है, and how much, like, how can a person do that? जो शायद maybe start कर रहा है, maybe have been doing machine learning for 1-2 years maybe.
हाँ, अरे it'll not be so difficult that पूरा इंटर्न का काम अभी करवा देते हैं। they just want to know whether अगर कुछ काम दिया है तो कितने जल्दी कर पाओगे। So since this was Stanford, I was like, once they gave me the task, I completed next day only and gave. It's not so difficult and it's simple deep learning task only. तो वैसे करके मैंने दे दिया।
Okay, and for the Cornell thing, can you give me a full explanation of how you cold mail किया पहले, then how many acceptances that you got, and how many नहीं, मतलब कितने profs ने हाँ बोला या क्या बोला reply दिया, and also maybe what was the selection process there, and also the kind of work that you did, थोड़ा अगर वो explain कर दो Cornell में, that would be great.
Sure. तो Cornell, as I told you, cold mailing के through मिला। तो as such I didn't want to mail directly to Cornell, मतलब मैंने already किया था पहले before I got into Daad, and because Daad एक बार मिल गया तो I knew that summers में Daad तो होगा ही, ठीक है। And the Stanford intern also was not see, I didn't aim for 3 FTs, ठीक है, वो मिल गया क्योंकि last में like in March or something Stanford came in ISL and I just applied ऐसे ही, and they shortlisted me, then आ गया वो ऐसे हो गया। And this Cornell also I had mailed long before, ठीक है। Then this is also one thing कि you might have mailed them long before, they'll reply you after 1 or 2 months, ठीक है, because that's what happened to me with Cornell. So Cornell में I had simply applied maybe before the Daad acceptance the letter came. Before that I'd applied because just for backup, you should always have a backup, you should remember this, ठीक है। So once I applied to that, Then after 2 months, I think I got a reply from them. In I think I don't really remember, March or April. They told ki if you're interested in this project, we have an opening. You can come and discuss with us. तो वैसे बोला उन्होंने, तो I just went and went for an interview, and they gave me one short, like, first part of the task. If I'm able to solve that, then they told you'll be able to give the complete internship. So this was the thing. And see, like, other than this also, I had got many positive replies from professors whom I had applied to, but you'll always have to prioritize. So I just went for the good amount, like little, even if I have a little bit of interest in the topic, and big names. तो ये दो चीजें मैंने optimize किया, because if you already have done a good amount of research before applying to this. I'd already done one FT, I had one research paper. So if you already have this much, so you will always get a good amount of replies, but you'll have to prioritize on कौन से करने हैं. ठीक है, तो many I rejected also, because I didn't have time during the summer to complete them.
Right.
So this Cornell, yeah.
बताओ.
नहीं, I just wanted to see Cornell में I did cold mailing and I got the reply after 2 months ना. तो ऐसे भी कर सकते हो, like you just before you sort your summers, you can just try to do some cold mailing, and maybe the reply will come after 2 months. You never know. So that might be the case, and you start mailing as early as possible. So for example, if there's a next year summer, usually in May and June, अगर तुम्हें apply करना है, तो start applying from August, July in the previous year. Okay, then you'll have a good chance. Like even they'll keep like if they like your profile, they'll keep your profile aside, and they'll think of the project. Like if some project comes, then they might get back to you. Like what happened to me in case of Cornell.
Okay, awesome. Got it. Now, you talked about like cold mailing is very important. Having a great cover letter is also important. So, like, कुछ tips दे सकते हो regarding how to cold mail efficiently people? Like, क्या क्या होना चाहिए cold email में? कितना details देना चाहिए? कितना बड़ा होना चाहिए? And also maybe some tips on how to make a great cover letter. That would be great for people.
हाँ, sure. तो कवर लेटर बेसिकली हम कवर लेटर कहाँ लिखते हैं? हम बिफोर मेलिंग, लाइक व्हाइल मेलिंग द प्रॉफ ओनली, व्हाटएवर यू राइट देयर, दैट विल बी लाइक योर कवर लेटर. ठीक है, सो यू जस्ट हैव टू थिंक इन टर्म्स ऑफ द प्रॉफ कि वो क्या क्या देख सकता है. So just think you're a prof, you'll be getting 100 mails a day, and you can't obviously sit and click everything. And even if you click one student's profile by mistake, then something should stand out, right? Otherwise, it'll just be a simple, I have done this research intern, I've done this. So if you write it like that, there are very less chances that he'll actually reply back, or not even reply, at least completely look into that. So what you what I did is, especially in mailing, I just highlighted 3 important points. Okay, so mine was first, usually foreign profs, they see CGP or whatever CPI, whatever you have. So I just highlighted 9.7 CPI. So that will be a highlighting factor. If he just even glance through it, that is the first thing he'll see. Then at least he'll be interested and see what other experiences I've done. And then the second point I wrote about my research paper. See, these two are the highlighting points and spikes they might want to see, right? So I just wrote this in the first 2 paragraphs only. So he'll easily look into this, and then he'll try to get interested. So that was my trick. And with this also, like, this helped a lot, because one of the professors who was interviewing me, he told me that you had done a research intern in Insta Paris, right? Can you tell me about that? So he actually had read that through my mail. तो उस टाइम मुझे पता चल गया कि people actually read. I thought कि they just ignore the mails, but उस प्रोफेसर से पता चला कि people actually read, and only if they're interested they'll contact you. तो ऐसे मत सोचना कि if you don't get so many replies, they haven't read it. Maybe some of them have read it. Let's say around 100 professors you mail. ठीक है, let's say around 10% of them have read it, and among that, if you get one reply also, that's more than enough. That's a very good conversion rate. वही बताऊंगा मैं.
Even 1 out of 100 is a very good conversion rate. Wow.
Yeah, because all you need is one positive reply, right?
Absolutely.
If you get that, that's more than enough.
And वो conversion rate धीरे धीरे बढ़ जाता है when you have more experience, when you have more research papers, when you have more like experience and industry experience like behind your back, right, in your CV. That वो conversion rate धीरे धीरे बढ़ता जाता है. Right. And cold mailing के लिए do you have any tips for the people out there? Like what to write, हाँ कितना बड़ा लिखना चाहिए, all of that, and maybe how to
कितना
वो
बड़ा
Excel
लिखना चाहिए.
कितना बड़ा लिखना चाहिए Excel sheet में, कैसे like how to like ऐसे वो professors को ढूंढना चाहिए, how to get these great professors, how to get these great universities, maybe all of that.
हाँ, तो प्रोफेसर्स के लिए there's one thing called as CS rankings. ठीक है, this is like a top secret. इसको अगर ये पता चल गया तो like it'll save a lot of your time. तो CS rankings में basically सारे प्रोफेसर्स के मेल्स होते हैं and from each and every university. यही चाहिए ना, तो instead of going to each and every university's this thing and finding the professor's mail and copy pasting it, everything will be there in this. तो ये मुझे एक सीनियर ने बताया, that was really helpful. तो लिस्ट बनाने में उतना टाइम नहीं लगा. ठीक है, ये पॉइंट है. और दूसरा पॉइंट कवर लेटर. तो लाइक वन ऑफ आवर सीनियर्स फ्रॉम NIT, he got into some good FT. तो उन्होंने भी बहुत सारे फंडे दिए थे. फ्रॉम देयर उनका पूरा एक गूगल ड्राइव है. ठीक है, तो उसमें दे हैव ही हैज डायरेक्टली रिटन की कवर लेटर में क्या क्या होना चाहिए, सैंपल कवर लेटर्स, and exactly how many like how to make the list, and क्या क्या points to keep, and follow up mails भी कितने बार डालना है, वो सब उसने already कर चुका था. तो I just refer to that. I'll send you the link if you want, and you can put it in the description.
That would be great. That would be great.
So you just refer to that and easily you'll get through that.
Okay, awesome. So ये रहा cold mail, your experience about the cover letter, all of that. Now this question is for all the people who are just beginning their career in machine learning. Maybe they're in their first, second year, like you were in your first, second year, and they want to do their first ML research internship, and perhaps they don't have an IR cell. नहीं है, IR cell नहीं है, so they have to rely on cold mailing, cover letter, ये सब के, like they have to rely completely on that. So what would be your advice to them? Like how can they get their first research internship? What amount of skill do they need to have, and what are the right resources to get there?
ठीक है, तो ये सी फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो भी चीज करना चाहते हो ना, देयर ऑलवेज बी सम स्टेप्स. फॉर एग्जांपल हमने जेई दिया था, पहले कोचिंग गए, वहां पे कुछ चीजें मिला, देन यू जस्ट कीप डूइंग व्हाट दे टेल एंड यू जस्ट फॉलो द प्रोसीजर, यू विल गेट इट. ठीक है, सेम चीज यहीं पे भी है. तो व्हाट आर द स्टेप्स? फर्स्ट स्टेप इज यू हैव टू गेट सम नॉलेज, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द रिसर्च इंटर्न्स विल बी इन मशीन लर्निंग. ठीक है, तो आई एम बायसिंग माय व्हाटएवर स्टेटमेंट्स आई एम मेकिंग बेस्ड ऑन दैट. तो मशीन लर्निंग में पहले क्या करना है, पहले चीजें सीखना है. ठीक है, तो क्या करना है, you'll have to do some courses. तो मैंने I'll just tell you what how I did. ठीक है, तो पहले कोर्सेज किया कोर्सेरा पे, बहुत सारे मशीन लर्निंग कोर्सेज कर लिया, and all the certificates I had, just in case the professor asked for some certificates. तो कोर्सेरा का certificates थे. Then so I had some amount of knowledge once I did all the courses, and I did some there are some courses for natural language processing and computer vision on from Stanford, CS224 and कुछ है. ठीक है, तो वो सब मैंने पूरा कर लिया. So once you have that amount of knowledge, then you'll have to apply. ठीक है, तो second step, you'll have to do some project under some prop. क्योंकि this is the second step, because you don't like the professors know कि you're a beginner and they don't expect prior research intern or something. ठीक है, तो they'll usually you can apply to your college professors or any IIT IIM professors. तो वो they usually accept, क्योंकि they also want people for their research work. And beginners also they don't mind, because they'll be giving one TA and they'll be training you. So this is the second step. So first step, you just do the courses. Second step, you just do a research under a professor. Okay. Once you do this, then you'll have something to write in your CV at least. Okay. So third step, you just try to cold mail, or you try to get some research intern. Like I did this in second year. So usme if you have some something like IRCL in your college, then it will be helpful. But if you don't have also, you can easily get some research intern in IIT IIM. If you're from a tier 2, tier 3, you can easily get some research intern in any IIT IIM. तो वो लिख सकते हो. ठीक है, तो once you do that, if you really want to get into the top 10 QS ranking universities, then उसके लिए I would suggest कि at least एक paper तो होना चाहिए. So I did that. I had I had published a paper. So that will also be helpful. So after you do this, if you have this much of content in your CV, then definitely whatever you apply, Daad, if you apply to my tax, or if you apply to any Carnegie Mellon University, there are research programs like that. So definitely you have a higher chance to get in. And cover letter ka funda to obviously there are standard ways of how you can write the cover letter to
Right,
showcase
right.
your CV. So once you do that, then you'll have high chance of acceptance. So before getting into these MyTax, DAD, and all the programs, if you follow these steps, easily you'll get in, irrespective of what your if you're in from tier 1, tier 2, or that doesn't matter. If you just follow the steps, you'll easily get into any research program.
Right. And like most of
Yeah.
the most important thing I think here is that you have to give in the effort to do that, because you said like you have to do these courses, you have to do these certifications, then mail karna padega, IIT ke ye ko mail karna padega. And all this process might take you 1.5 year. Itna time to lage. Like it's minimum 1 to 1.5 years to lagega hi. And then only you can start applying. So effort, there's a lot of effort that is required.
But
That,
other than that, first you need to ask yourself, why do you want to do it? Okay.
right.
So what is the motivation? Because many people have seen they just do it under peer pressure. मेरा दोस्त भी research intern कर रहा है, मुझे भी करना है. ठीक है. तो like my personal motivation था कि मैं foreign में घूम जाऊँ. I just wanted to roam in foreign. ठीक है. तो but वो नहीं हो पाया कोरोना की वजह से. But I had already been half way through the this process. तो मैंने सोचा complete ही कर लूँ, and I'll just try research intern and get to know the academia side. ठीक है. तो corporate side एक होता है, academia side एक होता है. So I properly explored the research interns part. तो right now I know कि masters में और PhD करने के बाद क्या क्या करते हैं लोग. So this is the research they do, because I've worked with PhD scholars and all that. So this is the work kind of work you can expect if you do a master's or a PhD. So if you want to know right now ki, if I do you want to do a master's or not, then research interns would be the best place to actually figure out कि जिंदगी में क्या करना है. So if you really want to do research intern, or do you want to do a job, ये सब सीखने के लिए research interns are very helpful. So this was what I wanted to add. Before you just fall into peer pressure, you just look into whether you really want to do this. Because if you're hard sure कि you want to do corporate intern, then research intern, it doesn't actually give so much advantage. Research intern is mostly for those who want to do PhD and master. So if they have this, it'll be a plus for them in their CV.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. That was great. That was great insights from you. Now, you also mentioned that you published a research paper, and that too on your own, without any help from any of the teachers, without anything. You and a couple of your friends published a research paper on your own. So like, can you tell me a bit about that? Maybe like, how did you do that? What was the process like? That would be really great for all the people who want to publish. Maybe they publish their own paper, because that's a dream for many people, I think.
Yeah, actually that is one thing which I really loved till now, whatever I've done. So publishing a paper, even I got inspiration from one of our seniors because I saw that he also had published a paper, and I just seeing the name on your paper and presenting, like it will be written like presenter. I just wanted my name to be there. So that was my motivation to just start doing this. So since I had already a senior who had already been through this path, so that was really helpful. That is one thing I would say, that because of that only I was able to publish, because I already had a senior who had already published a paper, and we just asked a few questions to him, and what is the procedure and all that. So basically to publish usually research papers you'll be publishing with the help of your professor during your internships, or if you're doing a project under a professor. So that is the usual way to publish a paper. So if you're independently publishing a paper with all your friends, so basically me, my friend from Kharagpur, and one more friend from IIT Bombay, we published the paper in CoLink, Computational Linguistics conference. Okay? So what is the first step to do that? So basically this is based on natural language processing. Okay. So even in computer vision, there'll be other similar tasks. So there'll be something called as shared task. Okay. So this in shared task, what they do is they provide you a problem statement, and they give you the data, and you'll have to build a model based on that. So if you want to publish a paper which does not on conferences which do not have this shared task, then it'll be really difficult, because you'll have to think something on your own, and without you'll have to gather data on your own. So
Right.
yeah, and usually undergrads, we don't have so much we do not have so much exposure ki we'll
Hmm.
think of something on our own and novel coming up with that, right? So if they are already given a problem statement of what to do, and what to like what data we have to use, then become very easy. It'll be as good as a Kaggle competition. You just have to make sure that you'll get a good score, and you have to write a paper, and you have to submit it to them. So
Right.
that this knowledge I didn't have before, because I thought it is really difficult to publish anywhere else. But if you have the right kind of team, and if you put in a lot of effort, because honestly this took a lot of time for me, because this was during the semester, and writing the paper is another ball game. You'll have to put in a lot of effort to write it,
Right.
and you'll have to learn latex, and you'll have to too much of this writing a paper will take a lot of time. So that is one thing you'll have to sacrifice on your behalf. Okay. So once you go into the share task, and if you'll be having a problem statement, and you guys like whatever you have a team, so you just discuss, and then then you'll have to write the paper, and there'll be a submission. Okay. It'll be in mostly we had it in soft so they'll allow you to submit your paper there. Then after some time they'll if your paper is accepted, then they'll reply you back from that portal, and
Hmm.
then you'll have to yeah, then they'll give you another chance to review your paper. There'll be a reviewer's comments. Okay, we'll have to again change the makes a few changes based on the reviewers comments, and then then that's it. Then once your paper is accepted, like once you get a confirmation mail that saying that you have accepted, that's it. You can go to the conference, and you can present it. So that was really fun, because during the conference you get to meet a lot of people who have also published, and you get to speak to them and all that. So since ours was online, this was actually held in Barcelona, the Calling
Okay.
2020. So like if given a chance, I would have definitely gone, but it was
Hmm.
offline. So yeah, offline also there are many networking events and all that. So that was really helpful to get to know what kind of research is being done in other parts of the world. So all over the world, people came from many countries, and presented their paper. So even we were part of that.
Right. So share task you, that is a website, right?
No, no, so shared task,
What is
see,
share tax exactly?
shared tasks, yeah. So basically, each and every conference will have
Hmm.
many workshops. Okay,
Right.
so many the like what my workshop was, it was called as text graphs workshop. Okay,
Hmm.
so these workshops will be having some shared tasks. Okay, so
Okay.
maybe some workshops don't have a shared task. So you'll have to find which shared task you want to do under which workshop. So this calling conference is a is a complete conference. Okay, in that there'll be many workshops. So in each
Hmm.
workshop there might be some shared tasks. So we'll have to search which shared task to do. Then you'll have to gather your team, and then work on that shared task, and then apply to that conference during that time. So that is
Oh,
the basic procedure of getting published a paper published on your own without
okay.
any
So
professor.
so there is a conference. In that conference, there might be many workshops, and in that workshops, there might be many shared tasks. So we have to find those shared
There might
tasks.
be, and there might
Ah,
be some workshops which do not have shared tasks also. So you'll have to
okay, okay.
identify which one to do. And similarly in computer vision also, because I haven't explored much in that, maybe in that also there is something similar, and in which they'll be given a problem statement and the data, and you'll have to publish a paper based on that.
Okay, so the problem statement, data, everything is given. You need just to write out your model and like analyze all of that. Okay, that is awesome.
Uh,
That is really good.
hmm,
All right, so I
yeah.
think this was it, Aditya. Thank you so much. This was an extremely insightful episode. With you gave lots of insights, lots of tips to all the people out there, and also to all the tier 2, tier 3 people out there. Thank you so much for doing this, and I hope you enjoyed this as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nell. And I always wanted to come to your podcast, and today you made my dream come true. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for coming, man.